Welcome back to the Forensics Detailing channel. Today we are going to do a shootout comparison of 5 of the sexiest detail sprays you're going to be able to get your hands on. Cue the special effects, the Forensics Detailing broom. Welcome back to the Forensics Detailing channel, guys. So a comparative shootout video, 5 detailing sprays. What have we got? Bilt Hamber QD, Infinity Wax Rapid Detailer, Griots Best of Show Detailer, Gyeon Quick Detailer, and Carpro Elixir. There are 63 points up for grabs in this particular test. The one that gets the most points wins, etc. We are measuring value for money, ease of use, slickness, gloss, hydrophobicity, durability, and all of those criteria provide 10 potential marks, and there's 3 bonus marks for the triggers and the bottle. If you've got a good trigger, you get the bonus point. If you've got a decent bottle, you get 1 bonus point. If you've got a very good bottle, you get 2 bonus points. So there's only 3 marks out of 63 for the bottle, so it's more around the products. That's what we're marking on. Let's run through each of the tests and which one come out the winner. Okay, so starting from the most expensive, going to the cheapest. The most expensive is Carpro Elixir at $15.99 for this bottle. Its price per litre is just under £32. After that, the next expensive is Griots Best of Show Detailer at £26.15 per litre, or its price for the bottle is just $16.99. After that, at £26.10 per litre, so only 5p difference between the Griots and the Gyeon, so virtually the same. They got the same mark effectively. £26.10 per litre for the Gyeon Quick Detailer, which costs £10 or around £10.45 for 400ml. After that, guys, it's Infinity Wax Rapid Detailer, which costs £19.96 per litre, and its normal retail price is £9.98. Got all my notes here. And the best price per litre is the Bilt Hamber QD, which is £14.95 for this particular bottle you see behind me of 500ml, but its minimum usage recommended concentration is 1:1 with water, so you shouldn't use this neat, which we'll talk about a little bit later on. So effectively its price per litre is £14.95, which makes it the cheapest in this particular test. The next criteria is ease of application. The key thing I want to point out that none of these detail sprays are really difficult to use. There are some very subtle differences with them. People look out for them being streaky. And the key with the detail spray is when you spray it onto the panel, you want to spread it over that panel with 1 microfiber cloth. And then when you buff that detail spray back to a shine, you can flip the microfiber cloth, but you really want a bone dry microfiber cloth. So usually I'll have 1 to spread it all around nowadays, and then a few dry ones that I'll flip and make sure they're dry. Let's keep this simple though, guys. There was only a variance of 2 marks between all of these because, like I say, the difference is tiny. But the ones that I thought were slightly more difficult to apply were the Bilt Hamber Bilt Hamber QD and the Carpro Elixir, especially on a black kind of painted surface. You can see they're quite strong white materials, and as you're spreading those materials, you really do need that dry cloth to pick them up, but they're not difficult to use. If you try and just do a quick flip or use quite a lot of product, especially with the Bilt Hamber one and the Carpro one, if you're buffing them back over and that microfiber is picked up some product, so it's not bone dry, then whatever materials are in there, you can sort of see them a little bit more. So it's more important to get that bone dry cloth. The next one on ease of use, where there are 2 products which are absolutely a doddle to use and aren't streaky in my opinion, are the Gyeon Quick Detailer and the Infinity Wax Rapid Detailer. Just easy to use detail sprays with no particular problem. I didn't find them streaky, and I found them easy to work with. But in first place was the Griots Best of Show Detailer. It just feels a bit nicer to work with, and it seems to flash a little bit quicker than the other ones. I just found it, you know, ease of application with the detail spray is always going to be a little bit down to personal preference. I just found this one the nicest one to use, so it picked up the most marks, and I think it wins the ease of application out of all these particular 5 products. Next up is how slick these products leave your paintwork. Some people do not care about this particular criteria, but you could say that about all of them, so that's why I've got them all here and we're going through them. So when you spray them out and you've buffed them, it's how that paintwork feels. And that is actually quite important to me. I just like the paintwork to be silky smooth. Now this is to the touch, which we'll talk about why it's relevant in a second. Now, in last place was Carpro Elixir. It was the only one that when I put it all on different sections of the car and I go back over and I feel the panels with the back of my hand or sort of stroke them and stuff like that, it was the only one that doesn't feel silky smooth. But it doesn't, it's not sticky or anything like that. It just doesn't have that silk feeling. After that, I found it very difficult to differentiate between all these products because I know most of them quite well. And in fact, again, the Gyeon Quick Detailer, the Infinity Rapid Detailer, and the Bilt Hamber QD all left a nice silky feeling on the panel. But the one that I think felt the nicest, just there's fractions in it, were the Griots Best of Show Detailer, where it felt noticeably silkier. Really nice feel to the paintwork when you use this. Not very scientific, this test, guys. No, I did on the test panel get, I wanted to test it a little bit more kind of scientifically, even though it's not that scientific, by getting some microfiber applicators, all brand new ones, wrapping them around the ceramic applicators and then just lifting the panel up and seeing which one slid first. And the Carpro Elixir one seems to have the lowest friction because every test, and I swapped around all the applicators and did this test about 10-15 times, and always the Carpro Elixir microfiber applicator slid down. So it's probably actually, for whatever reason, is giving the lowest surface friction, but it just doesn't feel slick to the hand, and that's kind of what I'm measuring in this test. But I thought I'd mention that as well. Next up, guys, gloss measurement. So we have taken gloss readings on our flat test panel that was sectioned off. We've taken gloss readings on our test hood panel. My eyes cannot differentiate between these products. They all look nice when you spray them on your car and actually buff them back. But that's, you know, they all look good and give you a bit of luster. Every kind of detailing spray does that, but measuring the gloss is a different kind of kettle of fish, and I'm just going to give you the results so it doesn't overcomplicate it. And this is taking average of the high gloss and low gloss reading. That's what I'm giving you here. I have also looked at R-Spec and log haze, but the winner of this category is purely based on high gloss and low gloss reading averages across both panels. In last place was Carpro Elixir with 87.11. In second to last place was Bilt Hamber QD with 89.01. After that was Infinity Wax Rapid Detailer with 90.32. After that was Griots Best of Show Detailer with 90.52, so very close. And then in first place with all the gloss readings was Gyeon Quick Detailer with a total of 91.14, which is very impressive actually. And the key thing to mention is these results for all products were consistent across both panels. So if Gyeon won on this panel, it also won on the other, which is an important test to do as well, because it could eliminate potential problems with the panel not being consistent. But the panels were consistent consistent levels of gloss prior to these applications. Next up, guys, is measuring the hydrophobic effect of these particular products, how well they'll create beading and stuff like that on your panels, which is something you may or may not want, but we've marked it in this particular test, and then you can decide, you know, which of the criteria are relevant to you. So in last place here, it was joint last place with Bilt Hamber Auto QD and Griots Best of Show Detailer. They had a hydrophobic effect, definitely. But it's not prolific. It's kind of quite standard. It will give you some jelly beans. You'll see the water running off a little bit quicker, but it won't give you the high contact angles or anything like that. So I wouldn't describe them as highly kind of repellent detail sprays that you're going to use if you want like really good beading on your car. Gyeon Quick Detailer came after these two. There is not much in this. You wouldn't really differentiate this product, or this product by the quality of the beading or the hydrophobic performance. But I just noticed that I thought Gyeon had a slight edge with the kind of speed of the repellency on application. So that came in sort of middle place. After that, in second place was the Infinity Wax Rapid Detailer, where I would describe this as a hydrophobic detail spray that does add quite a rapid water repellency effect and good beading to your paintwork. So if you want that, that product should tick that particular box. But in first place, with the best beads, the strongest hydrophobic effect, clearly to me, was Carpro Elixir, where you get some nice juicy beads on application with this particular product. Next up in this test is durability. Now these products are quick detailers. They're not really formulated to provide you lasting protection. So this may or may not be important to some people, but we're testing it anyway because it gives us an idea of perhaps if you wanted a detail spray that's going to last a little bit longer with its kind of protection capabilities, this may be of some importance to you. Anyway, let's go through the results. In last place are Gyeon Quick Detailer and Griots Best of Show Detailer. You wouldn't use these for their protective qualities, in my opinion. And after sort of 10 days of being on the test panel, which I've hit with rounds of Green Star, there's still a bit of sheeting going on. There's still some materials there which are helping, but very little. And today when I've come out to test it and I've cleaned off the panels basically look dead on those two. And no matter how long I leave them, I can't see them breaking through, the dry spots breaking through. Does that bother me personally? No, it doesn't, because I'm not using them for that sort of function. Just slightly ahead of them was the Bilt Hamber QD that I could see eventually the repellency kind of breaking through on them. Then after that, where there was a noticeable improvement, but it ties in with the ones that are the most hydrophobic as well, because the ones that are more hydrophobic are likely to exhibit that hydrophobicity for longer. But after that, it was the Infinity Wax Rapid Detailer, which seems to still have a good hydrophobic effect. Well, not good, but it's still easy to spot. Then after that was the Carpro Elixir. No, I've also done another round of gloss readings now after 10 days and those kind of detergent cycles. So I'm using the diminished gloss reading as well as observing the water behaviour to kind of give you that durability rating here. There are really only two that are noticeably kind of durable, and that's the Elixir and the Rapid Detailer. The other ones, they're laying out some materials, but those materials, you're going to put them down every wash basically. So you wouldn't use these three detail sprays if you wanted some form of protection that was going to last longer than each wash on your car, in my opinion. Finally, guys, I want to go through the bonus marks for the trigger and the bottle. All four of these products here picked up a bonus marks for having good triggers on them that just seem to draw well and don't have any issues. The Carpro product did not get this bonus mark because it dribbles. See, can you see that? I'll overlay a shot, but basically, unless you seal the screw so it doesn't spray, if you tip this vertically, it dribbles. And when I was using it on the car and spraying it over the panels and then moving it away, a couple of times it dribbled out over my fingers and I'd get a drop on the car, which was a little bit annoying. So it lost one bonus mark because of that. The bottles, guys, all of them, the Bilt Hamber one, I didn't give it any bonus marks out of 2 for the bottle because I don't want to use a metal bottle in case it slips out my hand and I drop it on the panel. It's harder and it's got that weight on it and I could dink the panel. So you would decant this and it's a concentrated product only. So you can argue it's not important, but it's only 2 marks. The Infinity Wax and the Gyeon and the Carpro all picked up 1 bonus mark for having decent bottles. You can see the amount of product you've got left in there. Griots picked up 2 marks for the bottle. So this got the full marks on the trigger and the bottle because I just think it's a really good bottle. I actually like this bottle. Probably deserves more bonus marks, but this is just a tiny thing, guys. Right, now I've added up all the points, guys, and I'm going to go through from reverse position through to the winner of this test, which picked up the most points. So picking up 39 points was Carpro Elixir. Picking up 40 points was Bilt Hamber QD. Picking up 43 points was Gyeon Quick Detailer. Picking up 44 points was Griots Best of Show Detailer. And the winner in this test, the dark horse that's come silently galloping in, was the Infinity Wax Rapid Detailer, picking up 48 points. Let's go through and give you a final summary of this and end this video. Right, let's finish this video off by going through each product very rapidly. First up, Carpro Elixir. Why would you want to use it and why wouldn't you? First of all, guys, this does some things that the other products don't do, and it's mainly around the hydrophobic hit that you get on application with this particular product. So one of the reasons you would want to use this perhaps over other detail products is if you've got a very hydrophobic product on your car, a ceramic coating like Seaquartz UK, and you don't want to mask that with a detail spray that doesn't have hydrophobic performance. That's a big ace card of this particular product. It also incorporates some of the rinseless technology that Echo 2 had in it, so it perhaps be good if you're taking the car somewhere and then doing a wipe down of the panels when you're out and about, which some people do. Most Carpro products are really cool, guys. It's come last in this test, but it's 1 point behind the Bilt Hamber product, which was the one that I recommended in the PVD mega test. It was kind of perhaps the overall winner. So it shows you how close they are, and the points thing's a little bit kind of, it gives me a guideline, like I've said. So definitely check out Carpro Elixir if you like all the things I've said. The reason not to use it, guys, is that it is expensive compared to some of the other products. It's the most expensive in the test, and it has the drippy trigger. In fact, if it didn't have that drippy trigger, it would have drawn with Bilt Hamber. So that shows you how close it is. Next up in this comparison, Bilt Hamber QD. Why would you want to use this, guys? Well, the main reason is it gives you the most value in this test because it's a concentrated product, which is not the norm, and not everyone will want a concentrated product. It also has quite a lot of functions at those different concentrations: 10:1 clay lube, 20:1 rinseless wash, and then 1:1 at full gloss power, if you like, for the standard detail spray, down to like 1:3 for medium gloss, and even a bit less if you want to. So it's quite versatile. It does leave the panel nice and silky smooth, and it looks good, guys. You'll see the luster when you kind of buff it up. Why would you not want to use this product? Well, perhaps you want a detail spray that you don't have to mix down, that isn't a concentrate, that is ready to go. And it also isn't epically hydrophobic. So like I said with the Elixir, if you've got a very hydrophobic base coating, you might want to use a more hydrophobic product. But this is a sort of more general purpose detail spray. And there is a bit of hydrophobicity there, so I don't want to, you know, it's not too much of a negative, but it just depends what you want, really. So that is the Bilt Hamber QD. Next up, Gyeon Quick Detailer. Why would you want to use it? Why wouldn't you want to use it? Well, it won the gloss category, which is quite an important category, and it had a good consistent margin over the other products on that. So I think it might be a really good looking detail spray. Also feels good. It's very easy to use. Again, Gyeon and Carpro needed to offer these quick detailers because you don't want to be using their silica sprays for that function, because they're a little bit expensive, aren't they? So they needed normal detail sprays. Why wouldn't you want to use this, guys? Well, it's not the most expensive in this test, but it's still reasonably expensive considering you only get 400ml for £10.45, which puts that 500ml price up at around 13 quid or something. So it's not cheap. It's not also that repellent, which is unusual, not that hydrophobic. I was perhaps expecting it to be more kind of hydrophobic like the Carpro one. So potentially if you like a hydrophobic coating over just a general purpose detail spray, then you would go for the Elixir over the Gyeon. But I think if you want a really glossy one that feels a little bit slicker as well, perhaps a little bit easier to use, you'd go with the Gyeon Quick Detailer. Next up, guys, Griots Best of Show Detailer. Really good one, this. Why would you want to use it? It's just a really nice detail spray to work with. It's very slick on the panel. It's nice to buff back. You know, high lubricity, it's one of its product claims. Fast flashing, sun safe, PPF safe, trim safe. A very good detail spray, guys. I really like this one, actually. Cons, why wouldn't you want to use it? It's not the cheapest, again, about the same as Gyeon. Not the most expensive in this test, but up at that order of quite pricey for a detail spray. And again, perhaps if you wanted hydrophobic performance for whatever reason in your detail spray, you'd pick something else. In fact, probably the Elixir, or the one I'm going to talk about next. So that's the best of show detail spray. Okay guys, finally the Infinity Wax Rapid Detailer, the one that's won this particular shootout competition. It's done so by doing everything really well. You know, getting the 7 or 8s out of 10 and coming second in each category of value. It's well priced, it's easy to use, it's slick, it's glossy, it's hydrophobic, and it's reasonably durable protection for a detail spray. And it's in a good trigger and a good bottle. You can use it, it's safe on matte finishes, it's safe on vinyl, it works as a good drying aid. You can use it on your glass, but don't load up on the front windscreen, or you can get some streaking, which they tell you about. So overall guys, that's the reason this one's won. It's managed to pick up the most marks. Thank you very much for watching guys. As always, this is just a kind of comparison video of 5 very hot products, and I'm aware that everyone's going to have their little favourites. The marking thing is very subjective, and if I didn't value price so much, it could have all been flipped around on its head. It could have gone loads of different ways, these comparison videos. Either way, I want you to let me know what you think about this particular test. Have you used any of the products in this test? How do you rate them? What's your favourite detail spray? Is it one of these, or is it anything different? So that always makes a very interesting reading in the comments. Thank you very much for watching this video guys, and I will see you soon on the Forensics Detailing channel. Bye for now.
Holding on to what I knew, but the moment's gone. Where was I when you